Elon Musk, the visionary technologist.
Elon is in the process of actually buying Twitter.
Elon Musk says his planned $44 billion purchase of Twitter is now postponed.
Holy shit. So Elon Musk is looking at, Twitter might be put on hold because of this. The concession clause, if he doesn't actually do the deal, he's going to lose $1 billion. Holy shit.
Elon Musk has just made Twitter private.
Twitter is temporarily on hold. So what does that actually mean?
The Twitter board was rendered jobless as soon as the Tesla billionaire bought a 100% stock in the American microblogging site.
The Twitter stock is actually crashing. Is he doing it on purpose? Will Elon buy Twitter? Hey guys, welcome to our new segment on our channel where we take a look at news that happened in the recent past and try to tie it to the three main topics that we talk about on this channel, which is moving forward in your career, especially like in a tech career or a business career, how to invest money and how not to lose money, right? Those are the top things we talk about. We're going to take a look at the news and things that are happening and then tie it through that specific lens. So before we hop in today, I want to introduce somebody who is going to be helping me out and has helped me out and going through this with me, which is my audio and video producer, Olivia. Olivia, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Olivia. I'm the producer here on New Rules Podcast on the news segment.
I usually up and don't get anything done, and then Olivia's here to be my task master and make sure we actually get done, the audio's good, and the video's good. Olivia, does the fact that I work for Google, but I'm also a boomer and I don't really know how to use all this technology. Well, I guess the fact that I keep on up all this technology, does that make me like a boomer? Like, am I like an old guy now?
I think you might be getting close to it, but that's why you've got me.
All right, guys. So with that said, we're going to hop right into the data. So what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about Elon. Elon is in the process of actually buying Twitter. I think as of today, it's actually on hold. So we'll take a look at that. And we'll see what lessons we can pull and what's instructive in what Elon is actually doing here.
Elon Musk says his planned $44 billion purchase of Twitter is now postponed. The world's richest man tweeted today, quote, Twitter deal temporarily on hold pending details supporting calculation that spam and fake accounts represent less than 5% of users. The news caused Twitter stock to fall about 20% in pre-trading hours. Musk has been very vocal about wanting to remove spam bots that mimic real people on Twitter. And just days ago, he called that one of his top priorities.
Holy shit. So Elon Musk is looking at, Twitter might be put on hold because of this. The concession clause, if he doesn't actually do the deal, he's going to lose $1 billion. Holy shit. That's insane to me. He also tweeted that Twitter is temporarily on hold. So what does that actually mean? To me, like what that means is he might get fined by the SEC like he did when he tweeted something else out last year about taking Tesla private. Buying Twitter is temporarily on hold. The Twitter stock is actually crashing. He's brought up the situation of bots, and he's also, putting things in the news to kind of lower the Twitter price. Is he doing it on purpose? Of course. He's Elon Musk. He's Machiavellian. He's trying to buy the company for as cheap as possible. Because if he doesn't actually buy the company, then he has to, the concession here is he has to give Twitter $1 billion, which they can take and actually fix all the problems that he's talking about. So how is that relevant for you? The reason why Twitter in general is relevant and how that ties into some of the things we talk about on this channel is relatively straightforward. Elon has always found very creative ways in purchasing companies, right? Like, so for example, back when he was working through Tesla, I think he was able to get some sort of money from the government.
Elon Musk, the visionary technologist. His projects shoot for the moon, or literally Mars, across space travel, energy, and of course, transportation. His major companies have all had significant government support in one form or another. Let's start with Tesla. Tesla has inked north of $2 billion in federal and state subsidies in recent years. For a company that has yet to turn a yearly profit in almost a decade as a public company, the number is significant.
On the Tesla side, which now includes Solar City, obviously some of the biggest deals have been both in Nevada and also in upstate New York and Buffalo.
In Nevada, the state gave Tesla nearly $1.3 billion in tax breaks to build their first gigafactory in 2014. Tesla will be sales tax-free for 20 years, exempt from property tax for 10 years, and will receive millions in other incentives. That is, if they keep up their end of the bargain by investing billions into the facility and employing thousands of people.
So now let's talk about the first point or takeaway of this. Elon always finds creative ways to get things done. One thing that you'll know, or one thing that you can see here with Twitter, is he actually went out and, he put the bid in, but now he's doing things like getting financing from various banks, right? So that's one way how he's paying for Twitter. He's also leveraging Twitter stock. And he's been known to do things like this in the past, right? Leverage different programs and different subsidies in order to complete his venture. So he's leveraging government money. So with Tesla, I think he had a bid in for like Nevada. I don't even know if it necessarily went through, where he wouldn't have to pay taxes on the plant that was there. Then also, when Tesla owners buy cars, there's a $7,500 government subsidy. And so once again, making Tesla more attractive than other cars because of the government subsidy. Now, how does that relate to what he's doing with Twitter? So with Twitter, it's a little bit different. He tweeted out, Twitter's going to be on hold. And then you saw the stock price dip. And the stock price is already dipping because we're moving in, or soon we'll be in a recession if we're not already in an official recession. What that does is it lowers the price. He's also complaining about the amount of bots on Twitter to get the price lower. Is it going to work? I don't know. But what's interesting here is just watching Elon work to get all his business ventures subsidized, money from the government, tax-free, or just lowering the price through just straight up manipulation of putting information out there. Will the government sue him for this? I don't know, but very, very interesting and something to think about in your day-to-day. If you're looking to purchase a business or looking to grow your business or looking to grow your career, one thing I'm thinking about is, damn, the way Elon is doing this, how does that relate to our day-to-day? Like, what programs should I be leveraging? What tools I should be leveraging? What programs can I leverage for more sales? What trends are happening in the economy that I could use for financial gain or to further my interests, similar to Elon Musk? We won't solve that question today, but it's something very, very interesting to start thinking about as we watch Elon try to buy Twitter and watch all the different tactics and gimmicks that he's using to actually complete the purchase. Will it happen? None of us really know. I guess we'll just have to find out in the near future.
Elon Musk has just made Twitter private. As a result, the Twitter board is now jobless. What were the send-off packages for the outgoing board, and when will a new Twitter board be in place? The Twitter board was rendered jobless as soon as the Tesla billionaire bought a 100% stock in the American microblogging site.
All right, so second point here. Elon Musk threatens to cut Twitter board member salaries to zero as his takeover bid morphs into referendum on company. That's what Fortune is saying about it. And then Entrepreneur is saying Elon Musk will stop paying Twitter board members if he purchases the company. The billionaire took to Twitter to explain how he would cut company costs by no longer paying board members who make between 250 and 300 grand annually. So let's just stop. Let's just stop right there. Holy shit. I need to join a board, Olivia. I didn't know the board members made 200 to 300 grand just to give advice, because I think that's like all they do. They don't do anything like special. I think they just like advise people or whatever. It's like a part-time job, but imagine just being an advisor on Twitter and making like 200 to 300 grand. That's insane to me.
I'd love to do that. Sign me up.
Sign me up too. I mean, I'm over here working hard, but these board members apparently are making 200 to 300 grand a year just to give advice.
Think about how often they meet as well. Board members don't typically meet as often as like typical employees. So maybe a couple of times a year you meet, 100%. I want to do that.
I definitely want to find out how to get a job like that or get a position like that. Anyway, let's see what these guys are saying. When Tesla CEO Elon Musk revealed that he made a nearly $3 billion investment in Twitter on April 4th, not many would have anticipated the soap opera that was about to begin. In a matter of weeks, Musk went from deciding whether or not he would join the Twitter board to launching a full-blown $43 billion hostile takeover bid to gain control of the company. Twitter board members responded to the unwelcome offer on Friday by taking to a so-called Twitter pill designed to prevent the billionaire entrepreneur from completing his takeover, or at the least make the whole process less appetizing. So let's look at what Elon said. I love the fact that he tweets all this stuff out. That makes it super interesting. She's like Trump. On Monday, in a response to a tweet that argued that Twitter's board interests aren't aligned with its shareholders because of lack of insider ownership, Musk said that if he were able to acquire the company, he would cut the board member's salary to zero. Here's a tweet. board salary will be zero if my bid succeeds. So that's $3 million saved right there. Oh, shit. So what's the takeaway from this so far? Well, if you're lucky enough to have a board seat making $200-300 grand a year, you should be providing value. And that's in any job or career, right? And then secondly, nothing is guaranteed. So even though, like, I can only imagine me making $200-300 grand and then Elon coming to buy the company up. It's like, damn, I should probably look for like a new job. Because if he's going to fire me and like make this easy money, I might have to work hard for it. So another takeaway, or what I'm taking from this, is for the board members, right? So I'm thinking of the aspects of the career. First of all, if you can get a board seat, take it. And then secondly, nothing's guaranteed. Anybody can always come in and buy your company. So I think it's a good takeaway from all of us as we look at building our careers. One aspect or one thing to think about is what could happen that could change my position, the amount of money I make. This is a perfect example of a disruptor coming in and being like, yo, I'm gonna just fire everybody, right? No rhyme or reason. You're probably taking your, like I can only imagine, Olivia, the average board member is like going on vacation to the Hamptons, balling out, and all of a sudden you see this random ass tweet like, yo, if I take your company over, I'm gonna just fire your bitch. it's like, damn, that's $200-300 grand. The takeaway here, guys, is relatively like straightforward, which is as you look at your career, and even if things are cool now, they might not always be. So you should always be thinking forward, always be having different plays like in motion. With that said, let's summarize all the crazy shit that's happening with Elon and Twitter, and then I'll summarize that with a few key takeaways. The first thing I think is really cool is how Elon structured these deals and puts them together. With Tesla being able to get credits and get tax advantages, and then now with Twitter being able to access financing, leveraging different banks, also tweeting temporarily on hold, lowering the price, and then using different leverage points like some of the problems within the company to actually lower the price he's actually going to buy it at. And those are things that we can take away also when looking to acquire or further our interest also. Do I advise him? No. You have to do whatever's morally sound for you. I'm just talking about what Elon's doing, how interesting it is, how he's maneuvering different situations and doing various things and pulling different levers or all the levers at his access to get deals done and get his interests furthered and continue to build new companies and acquire new and different companies. Will Elon buy Twitter? I don't know. We'll kind of figure that out in the near future. It's on hold right now, but still interesting to watch Elon work. That's all I got for this video. If you like content like this, like and hit that subscribe button and follow us on our various socials. With that said, I will see you in the next video.